Mr. Bianco, this used to be your third roommate.
Correct.
You leased an apartment. You leased an apartment together.
Right.
It was you and your girlfriend. That's girlfriend.
Yes.
And the defendant.
Yes.
And things didn't work out. The two gals did not get along together. Made things very uncomfortable, according to you.
Correct.
They fought. She interfered with your personal problems that you were having occasionally with the girlfriend.
Correct.
She stuck her nose in, according to you, where it didn't belong. Things became very uncomfortable. She moved out. And you want her to pay the rent until you were able to find a third roommate.
Correct.
One would have thought you would say to her, thank you for moving out, rather than suing her.
Well, the way it happened, she left without giving us notice.
Well, but they had had an argument.
Correct.
A physical argument.
Correct.
How large an apartment was this?
It's a two-bedroom apartment with one bathroom. It's got a small kitchen and...
Just a minute, 2 bedrooms, one bath.
Yes.
So the three of you shared one bathroom.
Correct.
The three of you shared one kitchen. And the three of you shared one living room.
Correct.
Any other room that I'm leaving out?
No.
Well, is the reason that you thought that she should be responsible for 50% because the two of you just shared a bedroom?
Right. I was going just based off the rooms. We just split
Well,
that
if you're
in half.
going based off the rooms, that means the two of you are occupying more space than she is in the common rooms. Instead of 2 people sharing a bathroom, there were 3 people sharing a bathroom.
Correct.
That, to me, is enough to kill the whole deal to begin with. But there are 3 people sharing the bathroom. Instead of 2 people working in the kitchen, there are 3 people who are going to be working in the kitchen.
Right.
There are going to be 2 of you who have company over and friends and family as opposed to her, and she's going to have the same company, friends and family, but that's one person. So she says that when you first started to talk about it, you talked in terms of a third each. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And when was that?
It was in the very beginning of January. I'd waken up to a message saying that they needed a roommate because the third person that they were going to have come stay bailed on them like at the last minute. So in the beginning, it was everybody was going to pay third because there was obviously 3 people living in the apartment. And so...
Well, who did you have that discussion with?
Kirsten.
Do you recall that discussion?
I do.
And?
That's not accurate. My parents have rented out houses, and you rent by the room and do utilities by the person.
Well, I don't care what your parents did.
I know, that's
That's
how...
not my question to you, Kirsten. My question to you is, did you have a discussion with the defendant where you said, we'll split it down, a third, because somebody bailed on us? Did somebody bail on you at the last minute?
Yes, but we didn't say thirds. We said half.
Not we. She doesn't say she had any discussion with Mr. Bianco. She said the discussion was with you.
Mary and I said half for the rent and thirds for the utilities.
No, it was third. And then after I had moved in, we were hanging up my clothes in my closet together, and they decided to switch it that it would just be half because Kirsten didn't have a job, and Jordan was just going to support her because she didn't want to work or pay for whatever reason.
You were working?
Yes, I
Who
work.
were you working for?
I work at Wendy's.
And where do you work?
I work at Einstein's Oilery. It's a local business.
And you were working there in January?
Correct.
And where were you working in January?
I wasn't in January.
So you
February I had a job.
Just a second. So you weren't working?
Not then.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about then. We're not talking about 4 years ago or next month. We're talking about then. You weren't working?
No.
Great. Now, when did you move out?
I left on May 1st.
Between January and May 1st, did you pay 50% of the rent?
I didn't pay for the month of May. I had planned to pay for the month of May until I showed up to the apartment to pick up my stuff, and it was all locked in their bedroom because they were saying I owed them all sorts of money from all of this random stuff. And so she had taken and locked my stuff, and since they had done that, I was like, I'm not paying you the month of May's rent. I had it to give to them, but I didn't.
Was it May 1st?
Yes, May 1st I left.
What
Your Honor,
stuff did... Don't
I
speak.
paid. Okay.
Because I don't believe you. You started out in a bad place with me, Kirsten.
Okay.
You want to know where you started out in a bad place with me?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you. If I were moving into an apartment with 2 other people who were breathing air, and I was sharing a bathroom with 3 people, and I was sharing a kitchen with 3 people, I would think that it was unfair that I paid half the rent.
She moved a friend in at the end of January.
Listen to me. We'll get there, but we're not there yet.